Congratulations. You've built a sales funnel. You bring in new clients every single month and you're making money. However, at the end of every month, you start back at $0 and you're on the hamster wheel of acquisition. You're creating content, you're marketing, you're selling, you're marketing more, and you're selling more. And at the end of the month, if you have a little bit of time, you do some fulfillment for your clients if they ask for it. Of course, if they ask for it. Your products has remained the same for quite a long time now, if not years. And at the end of the term, when your clients have gotten what they needed from you, they go elsewhere and give their money to somebody else that is going to fix their next problem. Meanwhile, you're still chasing the next client. If that's you, well, it means you're a part of the 95% of high ticket business owners that are stuck on the hamster wheel of acquisition, plateauing, and burning themselves out, doing it over and over again. What if I told you it doesn't need to be that way? That at the end of the month, you don't have to start from scratch, and that your efforts actually every single month could compound over each other so that you could create long term growth. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the second step of the sales funnel that no one is talking about, which is making your fulfillment department profitable. All right, so I'm going to show you the 4 monetization models that you can use on the back end once you've already sold clients so they can remain with you, give you more money, and then you can just stop being on the hamster wheel of just chasing new clients, new clients, new clients, and you can just service your own and make a bunch of money doing it while making a difference. How amazing. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. Let me just show you my little SOP that I love doing. The intro, every big name in the consulting or even high ticket world use the same monetization models and they work. And I'm going to show you what those are in a second. While small business owners that come and go all make the same mistake that ultimately stagnates or even kills their business, which is the following. One high ticket offer gets you going, but that alone will not build resiliency. Okay, resiliency is built by having something in place for each stage of the customer journey and monetizing every single step of their ascension. And so let's get into the 4 monetization models. Model number 1, high ticket program. This is what most people start with, and the reason why people start with this one is because it's easy to get quick wins and get a good cash injections. In here, what you're getting with a high ticket program is customization and access. I'm not going to go too deep into it because most people know what this is about, but it's customization and access. Most established coaching businesses have this segregated into 2 different programs that are priced accordingly, which is access is typically more expensive than customization. We'll go into it in a second, but depending on where you're at, you're probably still in your beta program or you have kind of one established program with every single piece of knowledge that you've ever shared within that program and every group coaching call that you've made available for any of your clients slash students. So when it's time for you to get out of beta phase is when your program has everything it needs and you can repetitively generate results for your clients. So before that, if you're still not able to predict results and you don't have the recipe for success, you're still in beta mode, you still have to figure it out, you still have to put more work in, interview your clients and get that going. Once you do that, then you want to segregate your program into 2 different programs that will serve different purposes and also will generate more income and serve your clients better. It's time for a basic and ascension program. So the basic program is what you've started with basically. So that's between 5 to 15K normally. It's usually between 60, 90 to 120 days depending on the client journey that you've figured out with your company. The shorter it is, if you're able to get good results in a short period of time, that's the best. That's what I recommend because clients get tired, they get demotivated, and so the faster you can get them results, the better it is. That's for another video though. But this has all the necessary ingredients to generate success. You got a community, you got consistent new mindset calls, and this I recommend you guys doing it. This makes people stick. Depending on where you're at, if people are paying for your your knowledge and your services, a lot of the times what's going to block them from reaching success for any entrepreneur is their mindset. And so you got to spend a lot of time just recalibrating their mind so that they can actually take the right actions and reach the success that they need, right? And so this will help them get results and also will help them stick around because it's consistently new and it helps them just get back on track on a weekly basis. Then accountability on basic KPIs they need to hit and some quality control and some calls. The next thing will be remove all the event stuff and that is going to distract them. This is really important, guys. What we found is the more stuff you put in, the more people can procrastinate and just keep watching videos, keep consuming your content and not actually taking action. So when you remove these things, then people actually have to put in work rather than putting in perceived work, which is consuming content and getting more knowledge and not applying the knowledge, right? And so you want to remove all the extra methods and bonus strategies, and you want to leave only the calls that will touch the three pillars that you've promised in your sales call, and the rest is for advanced people, which is your second group. Okay, in between the second group, so we have the Elite Ascension offer here, but first we go into the renewal offer. The renewal offer is until they qualify for the Ascension. And so once you're on the sales call, once you are developing your program, what you want to do is always forecast what's next for them. If they know there's something next, then they're a lot more likely to just push so that they can get to the next thing, right? And so you want to foreshadow your ascension program, which is going to help them, you know, really level up. But in the meantime, once they're going through the basic program and they've gone over the 90 days, 120 days, you want to have this renewal offer here, you know, $500, $900, $1,500 per month to stay in until they qualify for the ascension. And in here, one thing that you can do for that is also giving them a bonus access to a little section of your ascension offer that will really help them get there as fast as possible, right? And so in here, they'll still get access to the calls, still get access to the modules, and then something extra that will help them, just like I mentioned. Now, they've made it to the Ascension offer. This offer is between 20K to 100K per year. I've personally committed to 120K per year with one of the programs that I've been a part of in the past. And so it is possible. I'm one of them. I've been a part of many of those offers. And so people will spend that money. Don't be afraid. If you give them the value and if you're able to help them get to the next level and generate more money than that or more results that they really care about, then they will pay for it. And so you can do that and then plus some recurring revenue. And so for us, like we were paying basically 10K per month for that, which is 120K per year. All right. So in here, this needs to be a minimum threshold to be a part of the community, right? And so if you're just starting, if you're making $30,000 to $50,000 per month, depending on how good your community is, for me, I had to qualify for $80,000 per month plus to be a part of that circle. Depending on what your community is at, you can always just increase it as it goes. But you want that that minimum threshold. So when people get into this community, it's all people that are at a high level, not hanging out with beginners, right? This is where the Ascension offer is more access, better access, not dealing with beginner questions or people that just are not having the same problems as them. They want elevated people with elevated problems and elevated solutions. And so it's everything under the sun from the company. So they have access to the calls with your team members to see the back end of your business. There's a close, tight-knit community members. It's more intimate forums or chat, more intimate calls with advanced convos. No more wasted times with beginners. Yearly exclusive trips included in the price. You can do that or you can charge more, but when you're charging this amount, normally you just let them have their ticket and they can just pay for their flight. But you give them access to those events, networking opportunities with more gangsters of their kind, and access to a gangster one-on-one coach that has had skin in the game. Those are all things that you can add to the Elite Ascension offer, so that way people will actually pay for it to get the results. And so a lot more customization, a lot more access in this one. A little bonus over here with the events that I was talking about is you can sell these events to people that are in your community and people from outside looking in that want a taste of it. You can do this quarterly, bi-yearly, or once a year. One of the things that you can do in here, one of my clients actually does this is if you plan it well, not only you have the event that can make you, 100K on the front end by selling tickets, if not more than that. Um, but you could also generate 100 to 200 grand on the back end with guest speakers that are coming in to sell their offers and splitting the stage commissions with you. And so I'll give you an example. One of my clients, Mikey, has a retreat business and he sells 100 to $200,000 in tickets for people to get there. And there's a lot of profit in that. The second thing is every single time he's got speakers that have different offers that sell on stage while adding value to the community, and he cashes out another 100 grand to 200 grand. And so it's possible. You just need to know how to set it up, have the right partnerships, and it's very doable. If you guys need help with that, we obviously can help. I can get you guys connected. But this is the first one that you can hammer on, and this with this right here, you can double your business overnight and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a weekend if you do it properly. And so this is the first monetization model to pick from. And by the way, if you like this and if this is adding value to you, why don't you press the like button or like send me a comment saying that you like it or there's something missing. I love your feedback. Anyways, model number 2, which is services. So when and where should we do this? Well, this is normally for your ascended clients that are already that you know that they'll already have more money to spend with you after getting results, or more advanced clients that will buy into your ascension offer or extra services. And so you're not showing them to do something or fix an issue, you're fixing it for them. Resilient consultancies include some labor as a way to remove obstacles from the client. Okay, this is also a great way not only to sign more clients, but to keep them because they won't get stuck. They'll move quickly, and when people move quickly through a proven process, they tend to get results quicker, and then they tell more people about it, which brings in more clients, which creates more revenue. And happy clients just give you more money. Isn't that crazy? They just give you more and more money again and again and again. And so the other opportunity that you have for services is identifying where people go next. And when they're no longer in need of your consulting or your program, where are they going next? Because they are going somewhere. They're not done spending money. They're not done acquiring new skills and new knowledge. They're always on the look for the next thing. And so if you can identify where someone goes, you can build the next thing as a service and keep them for longer. Now, here's a bonus exercise for you guys. Ask yourself these next questions. What areas do they need the most help with? The second thing is, what is something that you'll always need in your own business and something that all of your clients will also need? Once you find that, then you can ask yourself, who can you partner up with in the space that can generate great results in this area? And the reason why you got to ask yourself those questions is because once you find that person, you can partner up with them, have a joint venture going, and not only they will do things inside of your business, but also they will be able to get into coaching calls with your clients and also offer their services as done for you. And because you have a JV joint venture, you can get a percentage of every single client that gets the service from that person. And so I've gone through many offers myself and I've experienced this countless time. That's where they have many big done for you agencies that coach and teach their clients, and then they end up closing them like me. I spent $12,000 with a an ops management company. Um, I've paid for recruiting. We've gotten setters or closers placed for us, which cost like $18,000 for the closer, and then $7,000 for any additional ones. Media buying, we spent some money on that. Copywriting, we didn't, but we got trained on one. Mindset, there's just a lot of people that will spend money on that, as well as funnel build outs. All of these are extra services where if you have a joint venture, you can cash out on every single one of those, and your team will get immense value from it. And so that is model number 2. Let's get into model number 3, which is automated products. And so when and where should we do this? As you build more and more curriculum content for your paying clients, you can start using sections of what you've built and turning them into their own products. This is another way of bringing in prospects into your funnel. And so, not everybody that is following you has 9 grand to spend, 5 grand to spend. A lot of those people don't even have 2 grand to spend, right? But you can still help those people and liquidate what you can until they're ready to ascend the nurture ladder to your more expensive products. And so, have you ever seen those ads where people are just like, "Hey, buy my book for $4"? That is a product that starts you at the very bottom of the ascension ladder. And then I don't know about you, but I've read a book for $4 or $2 and then end up spending 9 grand on a product because it works. Okay, and so over here, if they've given you $4, $10, $100, and they got value, they're more likely to drop that $10,000 when it's time, and they're at that level of income to be able to afford that, right? And so in most instances, these will cost about $100 or less, but you can go upwards of $500, $1,000, and these are a go at your own pace for the consumer. Okay, this is a product. A product must have two delineating factor to be considered a product. Okay, it's automated and there's no customization. So, like, you can market it, but if people press the purchase button, there's nothing your team has to do. It is all automated. That's what makes it a product. Just like if you go on Amazon, you buy the product, it gets sent to you automatically, and then you're done dealing with it, right? And so this is going to build resilience in your business, and it's going to allow you to monetize the people that don't trust you enough yet, or don't just have 10 grand to give to you right away. But so if we go into these products, these are not like your free YouTube content where you skim through the surface. This is where you give them templates, you give them exercises to go through, as well as concise instructions to solve the problem they currently have. And so also, this is not going to be the exact same thing as your basic program or your Ascension offer, although some of it will be a part of them. These products will be different pieces of the puzzle that each individually help your prospect in different ways. And so, if I give you examples of those, it could be books, it could be courses, let's say on productivity. It's not going to teach them, it's going to give them a skill to help them with what you're teaching them on how to do, right? Goal setting, it could be content, it could be client acquisition, it could be creating a proper offer, creating proper outbound methods, how to build proper websites, how to hire the right fulfillment team, and like hundreds more options depending on the niche that you're in. In here also you can give them templates. You can give them, let's say, like a go high level build outs where you help them build out a software really really quickly, where it's just like a quick delivery with templates and stuff like that, and then they have to pay $100 per month to maintain what you've built out for them, and you have an affiliate commission of like 30 to 40%. You're making $40. You sell $1,000, 1,000 of those, you get $40,000 a month coming back to you. I know of this girl that does 350 grand a month in go high level commissions, and so very doable, very easy to scale, and it builds resiliency in your business. And so that is model number 3, guys. Then model number 4, very simple, is partnerships. And so when and where do we do these? Any time. A partnership is not reserved for equity partners. You can monetize your leads and clients through joint ventures, which is something that I already kind of told you about, affiliates, and white labels. Also, you can partner up with your clients if they reach a certain level, and you can help them blow up their business even more with equity. And if you look at guys like acquisitions.com, Alex Hormozy, this is what they do. And so it's another way of monetizing your audience. And so this is it for the monetization models, guys. Hopefully this helped. If you like this, you can subscribe to the channel. Also, I've put a homework for you guys and some resources with this document, and also a checklist that you can go through to self-audit your business. And this is going to be in the description. So you can click on that, do the homework, and get your fulfillment rolling in money and help your clients even further.